Hello, welcome to Statistics at BMCC Online. I'm Gary Parker. I'll be working with you this quarter, so let's take a look at the stuff. So now to get started. Sharing the screen here. So at BMCC we use Canvas as the course information system. I'm using more math stuff, so I prefer a place called MyOpenMath. So when you click on your Canvas course, you're going to see a link to MyOpenMath. You're going to go there. If you already have an account, great. Sign into your account and then go to course, enroll in course ID 34144. If you don't have an account, then you're just going to register as a new student. And again, when you register, you're going to enter course ID 34144. And there's no enrollment key. So that's kind of like a password to get into the course. Anybody can get into the course, whether they're registered or not, which is kind of cool. But you're registered and you're going to do some work there. So let's take a peek. So again, we're not using Canvas. MyOpenMath. Once you get into MyOpenMath and registered for the course, you should see something that looks like this. The course is set up into weekly modules. Sometimes I call them experiences. So the week 1 experience is about sampling and data. Week 2 is organizing data, and so on down the line. Course information is pretty important. You want to check that out. The book is freely available online, which is pretty awesome. So you can grab the book now and start checking it out. There's a web version of the book, which is quite nice. I use it all the time. You can use the contents button here to skip around through different sections. We're going to go through, let's see, we're going to go through 80%, 3/4 of the material here in this book. We don't have time this quarter to go through everything, unfortunately. A lot of cool stuff here. We're going to skip around just a tiny bit. So you're not going to read through the book, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and so on, but kind of sort of close to that. All of that is listed as you go through each section to tell you exactly what to read. Syllabus. Read the syllabus. Here's a downloadable version. Once you read the syllabus, you're going to take a syllabus quiz. Make sure you know what you're responsible for, rules, policies, things like that. Little info about me here, how you can contact me, email, telephone, website I have. For interactive video, which I'll do every week, you can join me on those, or you can just watch them later. First week, you have to join me on an interactive video chat just to get to know each other and other students. I use YouTube Live, also called Google Hangouts. And so I have a new YouTube playlist here that's just starting up this summer. And I have an older playlist with videos from previous times I've taught this course. That's a little about me. You're going to tell me a little about you, and this is a forum which everybody gets to see. So important part of learning is having a group that you learn with. And even though we're not in the same classroom, we have this website that's going to help bring us together. So you're going to tell everybody a little bit about yourself. So keep it clean, but have fun with it. How to enter answers in this online homework system. I call it MOM. That stands for MyOpenMath. Breakdown of what each week covers according to the book. So you can see we start off pretty linearly in the book, chapter 1, chapter 2, but then I decide to jump to chapter 12, back to chapter 3, 8, 9, 10, back to chapter 6, and then some review of 8, 9, and 10. This is a wicked fun course. I really hope you're going to enjoy it with me. Some other resources that we're going to use later. StatKey is a great app online for doing stats stuff. The late passes allows you to take accountability and responsibility for your homework. If you don't think you're going to get it done in time, then you assign yourself a late pass ahead of time. It gives you more time to get it done. You get 20 late passes. Each late pass gives you an additional 48 hours to get it done. Most assignments are due on Saturday night. Etiquette, how to behave online. Grade book, a little about the grade book, you can read that. Technical help, if anything on MyOpenMath befuddles you, you can find some information here or contact me directly. So check out the course information. You'll probably go back to this later. There is a download for the textbook that you can check out. You can get a PDF of the book right here. You can also get it for your Kindle or an iBook if you're an Apple kind of person. You can also order a print copy, and you can get it through our bookstore. So, for example, I have a PDF copy on my phone. I have one on my computer. I have one on my tablet. There's one right here on my computer. The whole textbook at my fingertips. And it's a table of contents, so you can jump around to the most fun parts. Pretty cool. All right, so that's going to be useful. And then I'll link to the bookstore to buy the book if you don't already have it. Since the book is freely available online, you do not have to get the print book. But if you're anything like me, I learn best when I can hold something in my hands and mess around with it. So I open up the book, I write on it, I mark pages, I put sticky notes all over the place. So it's a really good learning tool, and it's a hell of a deal. It's only like 35 bucks or less. So get the print book if you can afford it right now. I highly recommend it. Otherwise, you have the ebook to mess around with. Okay, other important things. This is a statistics course. Got some probability in it too. Powerful tool, you're going to need a calculator. Best calculator on earth is a spreadsheet. My favorite spreadsheet today is Google Sheets. Why? Well, a couple of reasons. It's a free spreadsheet that you can use online. Go to Google Sheets, check it out. If you already have an account in Google, you just go to Google Sheets and it will say, hey, you want to start a blank spreadsheet and do stuff? You can click yes, I do. You should always give your spreadsheet a good title. So you know what you were looking at later. It's always a good idea to put it in the right location, so you might want to move your spreadsheet if you use Google Sheets. Let's see, I should move it into my math classes folder. And in there I have a new Math 243 folder. And now it's in there. A spreadsheet, let's zoom in on this sucker for y'all. It's a place that you can type things. And you can do calculations. When you do a calculation, you have to type equals first. So it's recording 1 plus 2, but it will display the answer 3. Spreadsheet's super powerful. You can just type 4 or 5, and then I can ask for a total. Always put a little title in there. Total is a formula called a sum, and I want to sum the numbers above. Just kind of click around, click and drag. I'll do some more tutorials on using a spreadsheet later. Maybe you want to do an average. It's a popular statistical technique. Tells you a little about average. And then I can, oops, click in the wrong spot. My touchpad on my computer is a little crazy. Average value, oops, too many parentheses. So we'll use spreadsheets every week, maybe even every day in this class. I recommend you get used to it. I will share some tutorials on that soon. Other big tools I mentioned over here for doing statistics stuff is a website called StatKey. And StatKey is a graphics display and statistical analysis program. You can do tons of stuff. So maybe I want to explore one quantitative variable. Here they're showing me some information about mammal longevity. That's the title. Giving me a dot plot here. When I point to one of the dots, it tells me what the dot means. I can switch to a histogram, which you will learn more about next week, and a box plot, which you'll also learn more about next week. Tons of other cool data sets, traffic flow, global internet, NBA players. And it's not obvious what each of these data sets means. For the ones we use, I'll point it out. If you ever have a question, let me know and I'll help you figure it out. You can also upload your own data here. So if you have a data file that I gave you, you can bring it in here and make a dot plot, histogram, or a box plot immediately with just pushing a button. You can also edit data sets. So you could add your own in here. So for example, maybe, there's a lot of people in there. I will add famous basketball player, Gary Parker. My name right, and I'm not sure what we're measuring here, but I'm going to put myself in week with Samuel to Lambert. Okay, so when we go 100, choose OK. So if I go to the 100 area, oh, hey, there I am, Gary Parker. Cool. You can edit data sets. You can upload your own data set. You can always delete the whole data set here and type your own. Adjust the buttons as necessary. So we're going to use this tool quite a bit. Histogram, box plot. And again, you'll learn more about what those mean. Summary statistics. You're going to learn about that in the next couple of weeks. You probably already know about it, but you will learn more. Often for statistics, you'll see videos in this course related to a TI-84 calculator. And so if you're looking week 1, let's see, I have some here somewhere. Videos, Excel, TI-84. So My Open Math is a community of math people that put stuff there for others to use. So some of the stuff is things I created here. Others are created by other people. Majority of this course is other people, and I kind of remixed it here. So many of these videos are of somebody else doing statistics. Some of my friends like Excel, some of them like TI-84. I like Google Sheets and StatKey and a couple of other programs like Desmos. You may have heard of that. So the videos are a mix of all kinds of people that do great math online. Every week you're going to have at least 4 assignments. So in week 1 here is a little description of what's to come this week, the learning objectives and the performance criteria, the stuff I'm going to grade you on. Vocabulary is like a cheat sheet of what the reading is about. Then follows the textbook, which is the actual more detailed reading. And there's a link usually to the web book here. Videos from the author of the textbook. And then sometimes there's some special processes that you need to be familiar with. And so there might be a methodology page in the chapter. Often in weeks, I will have useful websites for that week, like StatKey, Google Sheets. Khan Academy is a great place. More. This is a course that's going to involve reading, thinking about the reading, and then doing things about it. So there's a plan that you'll access each week that is reviewing things I give you, practicing those things, thinking about it and writing about it, applying it, and then sometimes there'll be a self-assessment to kind of help you think about what you learned this week. There's always a forum called Questions About Week Whatever, where you can post questions about homework, about the reading, about some video you were watching. So the homework you're responsible for on your own that I really can't do anything about is reading the vocabulary, reading the textbook, watching videos, checking out any methodology processes I post here. Stuff I will intervene directly on: weekly practice assignments. That's just your regular homework. An example of that. Oops, sorry, crazy touchpad. Sometimes they're multiple choice. Sometimes they're fill in the blank. Fill in the blanks in this group. Yeah, here's a fill in the blank right there. So it just kind of depends. And those are automatically graded. You can redo them over and over and over and over and over again. After the first 3 times, if you get it wrong, the computer will tell you what the right answer is and give you a similar problem to work on if you choose. You can choose to not do a similar problem. The homework grade will be better if you choose to do it till you get it right. Critical thinking, there I give you some questions to answer, and I list in brackets the number of sentences I expect. This is a college class. I expect you to write in full sentences, so please do so. If you do kind of text speak in writing, that's not going to be cool. It upsets my spirit, so please don't do that. Write well, and I'll try to write well back to you. So every week you'll be able to write something up. After you post something, you'll be able to see what other people posted, and then you can go back and edit your responses if you'd like. So pretty much most assignments allow you to correct yourself. You have to do so before the deadline. You can't correct yourself after the deadline. And I also post in here too, so you see what I think about these things. You'll have fun with that, you'll see. Then usually follows more videos are related to the details of each of the sections that you read about above in the textbook. And then the fourth assignment is an application. And the application is a little more complicated than just the practice problems, which is usually a simple question, multiple choice or fill in the blank. It requires you to do a little bit more related to everything you learned. So here you're going to play around with sampling from a data set after you read about different kinds of samples. And the application you get one shot at, and you can, within a week of when it's graded, send me some corrections. Those corrections need to be sent by email to me. So again, how does your homework work? Every week you've got some reading to do. So general information about the week's work, vocabulary and textbook sections that you need to go through, and accompanying videos. And then you've got your practice homework, which you can repeat as long as you want up to the due date. You can usually pass if you need to. Critical thinking, which is a written assignment where you have to write these sentences about the questions that I ask. Sometimes those sentences involve calculations. And then the application, and the application is going to involve a little more complicated work related to the material that we did that week. And often they'll involve you uploading a spreadsheet. And every week's pretty darn similar to that. I think that's about it for now. So have fun with this course, poke around, check stuff out, get busy doing statistics, and then just get in touch with me when you need help with anything. Take care, do good math.